Hi, Liam.
Morning, champion. Another good week for the team. Winner on Saturday with Pentometer and taking out the $300,000 Mornington Cup yesterday with Instrumentalist.
350.
350 was it?
Qualified for the Caulfield Cup. Quite a sensation. This horse, Instrumentalist, he's come from a midweek horse all the way to a listed group winner. All in one prep, and I must admit, I even did mention to the owners at the start of the prep that we might try and win a race or two of them and look at moving him on because he could be limited. So, yes, Liam, even I get it wrong sometimes.
How many's you won this prep?
Don't know, there's probably 4 or 5, a couple of Saturdays there, maybe 3 or 4 Saturday races.
And a horse like him, what's he do now? He sort of
Goes home and eats his dinner.
Yeah, I understand, but Caulfield
no.
Cup in mind, or you?
Sydney Cup's worth $1 million.
For a horse that was going to win a race at the start of the
Well,
prep, he's done
just
well.
got to keep your options open. Caulfield Cup, look, it's going to be a tough race, and he's probably qualified for it anyway, so it's probably a bit of a myth that it gives you, passes the ballot clause or qualifies you. They've either got enough weight and good enough, or they don't have enough weight, they're not good enough. So that's still a long way away, and there's $1 million Sydney Cup around the corner if we think he's up to another run or two.
And Pentometer on Saturday, certainly a stayer, improving through the grades.
Yeah, it was excellent. His start before that probably a little bit soft, but gee, 2 totally different tracks, Warwick Farm and Randwick, especially in the staying events. And yeah, it was a truly run 2400 on Saturday, and gee, he was strong.
You were happy with the return of the 3 runners in the Expressway?
Yeah, it was. Obviously, Boban, we would have expected. Well, just on the back of last season, you automatically expect them to win. So that was probably a touch disappointing, but realistically, I think he went well, and I think he'll improve immensely with the run. And I think we made it pretty clear that he wasn't wound up for that first up run, and take nothing away from his opposition and the winner of the race. And they are very good horses, and you need to be fully wound up to compete at that level, and it's impossible to have them there first dance and then still there at the Queen Elizabeth at the end of the carnival. So I think Sizzling went super, and Moriarty, well, he just went unbelievable.
And trials on Tuesday, only the 4 trialling, but well, they're all important, but I suppose the most hype was Zoostar, return of the big kelp.
Yeah, did a good job. And settled nicely, finished off really well, had a good blow, and then quickly recovered. So that's exactly what I wanted to see, and we'll trial again in about 10 days in preparation for Canterbury Stakes, middle of March.
Back the home track on Saturday, a nice team of runners. First race, 3-year-old fillies over the 1500, all Cerise, Define and Canossa.
Yeah, it's a shame to have to run all these 3 together, all last start winners, and 2 of them, possibly 3, might go home being beaten. So disappointing from that aspect, but they've got good futures ahead of them, and the owners realise that they can't all win on Saturday. So Canossa, she's a nice filly on the way up. I'd say she's a little bit behind the other 2, but does have a weight advantage. But I think in the next 6 months you'll see a better horse, one that's still improving, whereas the other 2 are both Saturday class winners at their last starts. Obviously already at the level, both very well bred, hopefully destined for bigger and better things. Both drawn pretty well. All Cerise 59, the other filly Define 58.5, but I guess they've earned that from their consistent form. So be a good race, and it'll tell us a lot as to where we're heading with them in the autumn, and might have to back off them at some stage if we're looking towards an Oaks. But we'll get Saturday on the road first.
Race 2, benchmark 95 1400 metre event, 3 runners, Val Rosso, Opinion and Weary.
Val Rosso may wait till the following week over 1200. His run last start was probably a touch soft, might have been tempo related, and I'm still suspect at the 1400 with him. Well, he's still suspect, yet he did win the Magic Millions Cup over that distance. The other 2, both going really well. In particular, wary. He's a new horse for us. Does a few little things wrong. Yeah, I think he's a prep away realistically, and he'll benefit from the run. But geez, a good horse. Don't underestimate his ability. But hopefully, he gets round to the start safely and has his mind on the job. He's got a bit of a mind of his own at this stage.
Race 4, the Cannonbury for the 2-year-olds. Delectation.
Nice horse, but up against a pretty good field. Listed race, and he's not really a 1100 metre horse, but he's got a bit of class. He's going to make a lovely 3-year-old. So we'll see where he's at. He's not quite up to this level. At this distance, at this early stage, we'll probably back off him and go towards Brisbane with a lovely horse for up there, that's for sure.
Race 6, Catkins resumes in the Breeders' Classic over 1200.
Yeah, another filly that's not wound up for Saturday, or mare, but looks to be in for a good preparation. She'll be aimed towards the Cornwall, and she did a great job last prep, all the way to a narrow group 1 second. So she's come back in fine order.
Finally, Janoob in the Might and Power handicap over 1900. Impressive last start.
Yeah, very good win, and showed that he's got some ability, that's for sure. So drops back 100 metres on Saturday, shouldn't be too much of a problem. It's got a bit of weight to carry, but nice horse to finish off the day. And as we know, with these European horses, once they find form, they normally hold it, they normally race consistently well.
What else you got to report?
Not a lot else really. Yeah, looking forward to the next few weeks. Obviously the following week we'll have a few more lining up, and before you know it, they'll all be racing and running in some very good races.
All right, mate. All the best on Saturday.
Thanks.